Okay, welcome to part four of our creating our digital color transparency plaid design. Okay, so we're getting further through this process here. We've created rectangle shapes, right? If we look here, I can go ahead and select this shape, right? So this is an autonomous shape, and we will actually be filling it on our own with color that represents, that will create this illusion that this transparent or translucent purple is either overlapping or, underneath or on top of and overlapping this transparent or translucent green. Okay. And so we will want to be selecting a color that represents the mixing, right? That mixture of this purple, right? This darker purple and this lighter yellow green. Okay. And you want to make your choices based on the information that that you learned about thinking about median color transparency and dark color transparency and how to create that. Okay, so right now I'm going to select, I'm going to start by showing you some of that by selecting on our first rectangle here. Now I'm going to use the color picker for this. Okay, so I want to bring the fill forward, right? Click on the fill, and I'm going to double click to bring up the color picker. Now let's talk about this. So I have purple, um, is I have to decide, do I, which one I want on top, right? And what type of color transparency I want. I think I'm going to do a dark transparency, which means both of these will look transparent, and it will be a little bit difficult to tell, like either one of these then could be on top, right? And I think that's a good choice. So purple and green, right? They are sort of opposite. They're not quite complements, but they are pretty opposite each other on the color wheel. And when we mix them together, they're going to form a sort of a muddy brown, right? And so when we look, right, we can go to our color slider, our hue slider, and see where we are right now. Here's where we are in the purple area, okay? And then our yellow-green area is sort of down here. So we are going to really have, we're going to be really dealing with something kind of in between there. And it's not really going to be blue, right, at all. It's going to be more of like in this area. And obviously not, because these warm hues right in here are where we get our sort of brownish colors, right? Our neutrals that are warm neutrals, okay? And so I'm going to tend to maybe think, ooh, in this area, I might even go, I guess I could actually go into this sort of blue-green area possibly, too, right? But I don't know fully about that, right? I'm going to have to get pretty dark. I have to go, for a dark transparency, I have to go darker than this purple, right? And this overlapped color is going to be the darkest of all three. So let's try this right now, right? At the same time, we also need to get rid of this black outline. So we click on it to bring it forward on the stroke, and then we say no stroke, okay? So now we can look at this, more as if it's just two things overlapping. And really, actually, that's not bad, right? As it's neutral, right? It's darker than both of these, and it makes it seem as if this very transparent green is either overlapping or under, it's either over top or underneath that purple. We could also go, frankly, they are fairly opposite. We could probably go, in this area too, okay, and have something that's also quite dark like this. So it'll just be a little bit warmer, and that works too, right? Um, So you want that neutral, sort of brownish, neutral, right? Warmish neutral. Um, and I think that that is okay too. Let's try getting that up a little bit maybe. And maybe going a little bit further towards red, perhaps, right? Somewhere in there. Let's see, right? I think that is a good one also, right? So you have a number of different possibilities that you can use, right? That's not a bad one. The first one that we were at was okay as well too. Um, okay, so I am actually going to stop the video and then I will continue on this process in the next video. All right, thank you.